festival concert portion. And the high schoolers will proceed to Warrenwood's Tower High School next week on Friday, March 8th. And tonight's concert, I love a theme, okay? I love a theme. And way back in the summer, I was sitting here thinking about this coming school year, and I was a little inspired by the two beagles sitting on either side of me, just really up in my business on my laptop. And the idea that we were so grateful and so blessed this year to have 4 therapy dogs join our district. And I'm a big animal person. I mean, that's like this and my beagles. So I spent some time over the fall and over the winter trying to figure out how could we play a concert that centered around our pets and the animals that have been so special in our lives. Because I think if we take a quick little survey, raise your hand if you've had a very impactful animal in your life. Yeah. They mean a lot, and they make a really big difference in our lives. And so I spent a lot of time searching music that's centered around the love that we have for pets. And I gotta be honest with you, there is not a lot out there. It was a lot of digging. But through all that digging, I found some really amazing pieces. All right, on stage, our last, but certainly not least group, our oldest group, on stage is our high school symphonic band. I didn't know we were going to clap them, but they deserve it. So this group is made up of 9th through 12th graders. This is a group that we work with in many different capacities through the year, from marching band to concert band and solo ensemble and all those things. And these folks will go to, hey, high school band members, if you have phones out, put them away. Because these guys listen to your concert and you need to listen to theirs. Thank you.
Next to that bass.
So these folks will go to festival at Warrenwood's next Friday, so high school parents, don't freak out, we've got over a week. And they'll perform right at the 3:30 spot, so we'll actually be leaving our day a little early. Their pieces are made up of one called The Adventures of Daring Dog. Now, you've probably seen through this slideshow that there's a dog in there named Sophie. He was mine. And this piece, the composer basically takes the story of the flying ace, Sophie, where he puts on his hat, he's a World War I flying ace, and his sidekick, basically modeled after Woodstock. There's a middle section where the mom in this is supposed to be scolding them for playing imaginary and playing superhero. And so there's a middle section where it kind of sounds a little bit like maybe the arguments in your household between a child and a parent. But it's a very, very fun piece. We've had a good time putting together kind of a different style march compared to a Sousa or Fillmore march. We go to a piece that you'll actually be able to see the inspiration, actually you just saw. Sophie is the second piece, and it is definitely one of the more heart-filled pieces that I've ever had the pleasure to work on. Composer Jack Stamp, I've played lots of his work. He's very well known throughout the band world. And he had a very amazing dog named Sophie, a black Labrador retriever. Look out for her photo. And I emailed him and I said, hey, do you have any pictures of Sophie we'd love to include? He was elated to share. I mean, I got like a whole album of this sweet, sweet pup. And this was his piece that in this group as high schoolers, we kind of are reaching that point in our life where maybe we've experienced grief. And it's going to be the group of a pet. And so that was kind of our fuel behind our emotion for that piece. So it definitely pulls on your heartstrings. And then we'll end with a really, really fun piece. Frank Ticheli is, again, a super well-known band composer. He writes just about everything in the world. And he wrote a piece called Joy. And it is simply the program that's saying unabashed joy. And I couldn't help but think about that is, I think, how many of us really feel about our pets. So this is the performance that the students will do next Friday. We hope you enjoy our festival performance dedicated to our pets. piece, I'll get you out by 8, as a promise. So, as these guys are switching over to Joy, our last piece, parents, thank you so much to everybody who helps make this happen, from administrators who make PowerPoints on smartboards happen, thank you, to secretaries, custodians, parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all these people who just make all this happen, thank you so, so much. If you are an adult in charge of a 7th, 8th grader or high schooler, please make sure before you recycle that program that you do scan that QR code and make sure that they are able to ride the bus tomorrow. Let me know if you want to be able to ride the bus tomorrow or the bus next Friday for high schoolers. Thank you so much for coming. And if high school's ready, we hope you enjoy. Joy.